Kimmich wins Klassiker, Newcastle won Champions League winner, PSG sealed the deal for Tellers, there's a transfer roundup and this week's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Froelich, you are the One Footballers and this is the Daily News. So first up, and Joshua Kimmich's delightful chip saw Bayern Munich win 1-0 over arch rivals Dortmund, and it now means that they've opened up a 7-point lead at the top of the Bundesliga. In all honesty, it wasn't exactly a Klassiker, not really living up to the bill, but it was a very resolute performance from Bayern Munich. There wasn't too many clear-cut chances for either side, but there was some pretty good defending on display. As for the actual goal, it was brilliant. It was a sublime piece of invention at the edge of the box from Kimmich, but maybe Roman Bürki could have done a little bit better. Yes, Lewandowski hit the post. Erling Haaland, who was mostly quiet for the game, had a chance cleared off the line, but apart from that, there just really wasn't too much to talk about. It was high energy, for sure. There was a lot of effort from both players, but in the end, I think the key players of Dortmund, like Sancho, who came on at halftime, Gio Reyna, who came on, and Haaland, who eventually went off, just didn't really provide enough creativity up front for Dortmund, and it never looked like the Bayern defence were really that worried. This, of course, with a left-back playing at centre-back in the form of David Alaba. Talking of left-backs, though, Alphonso Davies. Yes, we talk about him a lot because he was brilliant yesterday, and he just generally is a phenomenal player. The amount of sprints that he did is utterly ridiculous, pretty much doing the whole left side for Bayern Munich by himself. Anyway, yes, they are 7 points clear, but there are still a few games left to play. But of all the teams who are going to slip up, it's probably not going to be Bayern first. As we mentioned, Dortmund are 7 points behind, and they're 3 points behind them. In third place are RB Leipzig. So yesterday, straight after the game on the YouTube community tab, I put a poll in there to ask you guys whether you think it's Bayern Munich's title, whether you think Dortmund are still in with a chance, or Leipzig are in with an outside chance. Well, 76% of you said it's Bayern Munich, so it looks like the title is wrapped up. Next up, though, and to some transfer news, where Newcastle won a Champions League winner. That in the form of Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, it's clear that his minutes at Liverpool are limited, to say the best. There's no way he's going to get past Mane and Salah to get into the first team, and that's shown with only his 10 appearances this season. Despite that, though, he is part of a team which has won the Champions League and set to win the Premier League title this season, so he could technically add those trophies to his own personal list. Anyway, Newcastle want to bring him in because, well, he's a pretty good signing and a pretty good player, especially considering the fact that he probably won't cost that much money. Now, the thing is about this deal, and I know there's so many Newcastle transfer rumours about them signing Bale or Koulibaly or Cavani or anyone else, this deal actually makes sense. Look, he's not going to cost that much, right? So it's not going to be like an outrageous world record breaking fee. Second up, and as we mentioned before, not many games at Liverpool, so they'll probably be willing to let him go. But the reason I think this definitely works is because he fits in the right category for a new Newcastle signing. Like, he's a big enough name with big-ish money per week that he's definitely going to be an upgrade from what they've got at the moment. But he's not so ridiculous that they're trying to bring in like Gareth Bale or something like that. He's already played with Stoke, he got relegated with Stoke, so he's used to, like, you know, a mid to lower table scrap. I think Shaqiri would be a good fit. He doesn't even have to leave the Premier League either. So I can see this one going ahead. Again, it's just a rumour at the moment, but of all the rumours linking Newcastle with spending money and signing players, I think Shaqiri is probably more than likely to happen. But moving on from that and to a deal which looks like it has been completed, all they need to do is cross the T's and dot the I's. Or is it dot the I's and cross the T's? Anyway, PSG are spending 25 million euros to bring in Alex Telles from Porto. Now, the fullback was linked with Chelsea quite a while ago, but it looks like they've moved on to other targets, and with Levon Kurzawa leaving the club on a free at the end of the season, PSG needs to bring someone in. 25 million is absolutely nothing to them. And what they've done is, remarkably so with this stat, bring in an incredibly attacking fullback. Now, in the Portuguese top division, Porto's leading goal scorer is Alex Telles. 8 goals from the left back. Add to this about 9 assists over all competitions this season. He's actually got 10 goals in all competitions. This is outstanding. A goal-scoring fullback, not just a goal-scoring one, a top goal-scoring fullback. Yes, you're probably going to say, Matt, that's because Porto's forwards definitely haven't been putting in a shift. But still, to score that many, kudos to him. It's obviously attracted the attention of many European clubs, and yeah, as we're talking about, PSG look to have sealed the deal. As to where Kazar was going to end up next, well, there's lots of reports linking him with a free move to Arsenal, but it looks like we'll have to wait until the season is over before that one happens. So next up, in a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news. Wolves are reportedly looking at Sporting Lisbon midfielder João Paulinho, who has an £18 million release clause. Elsewhere, and apparently Wilfred Ndidi is interesting Real Madrid, and Lallana could be moving to Burnley at the end of his contract with Liverpool. And lastly but not least, PSG have opened the bidding war over Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with around a £38 million offer. So lastly but not least, because it's Wednesday, we come to this week's Great Debate. This is where I ask you guys a question to let me know in the comments section. And this week's Great Debate is, what is the worst swap deal transfer of all time? We've all heard it before, there's going to be a lot of swap deals this summer, so which is the worst one? For me, there's no doubt about it. It has to be Alexis Sanchez and Henrik Mkhitaryan. I mean, Sanchez went to United, did absolutely diddly squat for a year and a half before moving to Inter Milan on loan, where he's also done nothing. And in return, Arsenal got Mkhitaryan, who started okay and then didn't do too much, and then is also on loan in Serie A at Roma, and it looks like neither club really want to keep him. Both took a massive nosedive after that move, and yeah, that's for me going down as the worst swap deal of all time. Anyway, let me know yours in the comment section down below and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. What do we make of Bayern's fantastic win as well? Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.